Oh, okay. Hey, we lit. We lit. We out here. We out here. We out here. Let me get a mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Give people a little time to come up in here. No, y'all ain't seen my face in a minute, but I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me? Type in the chat if you can hear me. I just want to make sure my volume is correct. So make sure we good. We Gucci man. Coos, 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 coos. Thank you. All right. It's had an occasion. So, hey, D Salone, you said we're having trouble streaming. Man, okay, by no favor. But yeah, it says D Salone said, "What's up, Lochness? Can I'm put on the screen? Put on the screen. What's up, Lochness? Can the season start already? I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. You here for it. We here for it. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to another Tuesday. Let's talk about it. Hey, it's the off season. Y'all gotta understand. It's the off season, and it's not too much you can really discuss. It's like before, you know, training camp comes up, they start going ahead and dissecting players, and then boom, 53-man roster. You know, um, but hey, I appreciate everybody for going ahead and put messages in the chat before I even started. Let's go locked and loaded. You feel me? And Cajun Peace was like, "Yup, for sure." Gax, boy, GA Texas boy, was happening in Lochness AFN Falcon and Falcons family. The new era is here. The Atlanta Falcons will rise in 2025. Bars. That was a little rhyme there. But hey, for those that don't know, I'm your boy, the Lochness. Just want to go ahead and see who was in here before I even got started. So at the end of the day, hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for all the comments. So for those um, who haven't subscribed to um, your boy's YouTube channel, it's the Lochness Podcast on YouTube. For those who don't know, I am the Lochness, and I represent AFN, Atlanta Falcons Nation. Hey, and this is Tuesday. Let's talk about it, man. I'm doing it for the Liddy Committee. Man, we lit, we live, we out here. I know y'all ain't heard me say we lit, we live, we out here. We out here in these streets. We out here trying to give you this great content, this Atlanta Falcons content. And, while we're talking about our squad. So, what'd you say? Hey, I think they are. You think they're gonna rise? For sure. For sure. It's a different team. It's a different team. So what I want to talk about today is this team, like a complete team that can overtake the division from Tampa Bay. Because we know we ain't worried about Carolina and the Aints. So right now Tampa Bay has been they've been the premier team in our division. They talk about, oh, this team is weak, that team is weak, the South is weak, whoop whoop, whatever you want to say, but it's about time. I feel like my discussion today is this the team to actually be, on top? You know, we always talked about how easy the schedules was. We always talked about how easy the division is. But is this team that we're building? We don't know who's going to be on the 53, but is the team that we're building going to be going to sustain throughout the season to be number one in the division? That's what we really want to talk about. So, like I said, if you haven't followed me, follow me on the Lochness Podcast on YouTube. I'm trying to get to them 250 subs. I got something special for 250 subs, and then I got something special for 500 subs. Whoever give me the 500, like I'm gonna just randomly, like I'm gonna close my eyes. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have to have somebody, or I'm gonna have to scroll up, scroll down, scroll up, scroll down, scroll, like do something to do like a something, or have like a wheel. I don't know. It's gonna be difficult, and just have a random pick, and I'm like, okay, that person. I don't know. We're gonna figure that out. But today's topic is the Atlanta Falcons building a team that can win the division. It's as simple as that. It's this team that we're building. They said we in a win now mentality. Is we building a team that can win now, sustain now, or are we still hoping for the future? But we really want to talk about this team that we done. These this juggernaut of a draft we just had, the juggernaut of the undrafted class we just grabbed. Um, we man, this was one of those drafts. Like I talked about the draft. This is one of those drafts that was exciting, and it was like it was crazy, you know. And it made me also feel like there was a. Some people said it was like it was an act of desperation on Terry Fontenot's part, in a Raheem Morris. But I was thinking in my head like sometimes you don't get the picks that you want, and then when there's people there that's going to that drop and it's a team that's allowing you to grab the things that they need. Because, like, thank you to the Rams. I think we traded up with the Rams. Thanks to the Rams, we was able to basically grab the thing, like, go back into the first round and get JPJ after Jalen Walker. So, I mean, I didn't think it was an act of desperation. It made it seem like the people that were available was available, and we made some decisions. So that's how we're gonna leave it at that. Like how Blackberry saying that he gonna be in here. I'm pretty sure he gonna pop in here. So you hear me talk about Blackberry BB already. Have you seen any Atlanta team at this point of the year that you knew was going to win the division? So that's the whole purpose of this conversation. It's like, are they building a team? You know what I'm saying? It's the hopes. It's like the ceiling. You hope they have a high ceiling for the value of players that we have, if that makes sense. ATL 251. But we had a good, like, even we would have said the same thing last year. Like I said, we said the same thing last year. Hey man, our team, hey, we in there. We said the same thing before that. Oh man, we got this person, Matt Alex, we got this. Like the mindset is always being wishful thinking, wishing and hoping and looking on paper like you have a legit team. And hopefully that said team can elevate to the level and the potential that you believe they can be, you know. Um, so the answer to your question, have you seen a team at this point of the year that you knew was going to win the division? Well, an Atlanta team. Let me emphasize Atlanta. I was about to say, yeah, I've seen some teams, but an Atlanta team. I'm gonna be honest with you. Not until this year. Not until this year. And I say that only because, and I can say that by looking at the competition in our division. Even last year, we was a couple of good calls away, good coaching away for making it happen for us. So what we was already there. It's like coaching, man. What a lot Ricky Smith said. What's happening? Yeah, he said fact same here. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like I can't even say I look back in the years, but I can say about this year and what we have done with our team, man, we have did a complete team overhaul. We shored up spots in like damn near every facet of the offense, defense, and special teams. But see, the one thing that Blackberry talked about, he was like, man, we need somebody that can push the pocket. But you don't need one person that can push the pocket when you have many people that's going to be pushing. Like if I can swap out another edge for another edge or another lineman for another lineman, and we got rotational pieces where people are not tired. It's like I call it fresh legs. When you got fresh legs coming in, and the other people can't match your people that you bringing in, and then they have to compete and have to alternate based off of, oh man, I got this person in front of me, now this person in front of me. It's going to create mismatches, and it's going to make them one get tired. It's gonna make the O line get tired when we're doing stuff on defense when they just like, bro, they got too many bodies and too many people coming up. We don't know who the mic is. We don't know who this is. We don't know who dropping back in coverage. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, bro, I'm excited for this team just because we needed to get this 7-10 drought off our belt. You feel me? We needed to get this 7-10, 7-10, and then we got what, 8-9 last year. So that's an improvement. That's what people don't understand. We improved just by one game, but it's just like this here. If you ain't got no money and then you look on the ground, you see $10. Guess what you got? You $10 richer. You gonna take a win. That's a win. So we just gotta get. That's why it was funny that people talked about it being on like Raheem being on the hot seat, or Terry Fontenot being on the hot seat. But y'all gotta understand also, we've also had a clinic when it came to dead cap space and all of these things, that that foiled and followed us, that was off season stuff that trickled down to the new season or the next season that limited us to what we got. So we had budget, we had a budget team, we had a, you know, there was a Superman of quarterback switches, coaches switches. You get like it's always a revolving door because you want to keep people getting jobs and elevating themselves, but also you want to have a team that's sustained in them areas where they all work together. That's why I was like they were saying something about our O line. Oh, they got a small O line and all of these things. But I was like, well, you didn't really see them get through the O line. They seemed like they were holding their own pretty much. So I mean, from my take, from where I was sitting in the seats, from my eye test, looking down at the field, I felt like our O line was sustaining, especially give shout out to Bergeron and that side. And everybody talking about Jake Matthews, but I'm like, hey man, they just they extended my guy for a reason, you know. And it wasn't our offense that wasn't providing the opportunities; it was our defense that couldn't sustain. And then this year, we shored up on our defense, and we got people was like, why you do this? Why we do this? Like, it's, you want to pick people based off of what your team needs is. Okay, I'm going to put this up here because Patriots 12, 28-3, Thomas, Earl Brady. Okay. Okay, you got your, how many seconds? One, two. Okay, I'll give you 2 seconds to finish. That's all you get. What's happening, Deco? Yeah, I'm like, bro, like, we ain't gonna never live that down. It's like if we go get a Super Bowl this year, you know what people gonna say? Y'all finally got one. Like what is the basis? You never satisfied. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what are we doing? Say we're the three of us happening. All right, cool. He about to get 600 seconds. Man, I gave him two. Silly laser, what's up, Lock? Yeet, get some. You feel me? Yeah, man. So let's go ahead and get this show started. Like I said, we're talking about, it's this the Atlanta Falcons team that we're building is a team that can win this division. And I feel like based off of what New Orleans didn't do, and based off of what Carolina is still not doing, and looking at Tampa Bay, they're gonna get the media hype because of Sanders, I guess. Um, I'm not I'm not saying that Baker Mayfield ain't gonna cook with his arm. He does cook. Like I've said it before. Like if we didn't get any other quarterback and Baker Mayfield was available, I was like, get Baker Mayfield. He's a gunslinger. He's gonna throw that cannon, but he's gonna give you a couple of interceptions. But he's gonna throw that ball though. You know what I'm saying? So, um, but at the end of the day, man, it's either Tampa Bay or Atlanta. Any other team in our division is no bueno. So I'm not upset about the Saints. I'm not looking Carolina. we're actually, I feel like we've built the team. We was a couple of wins away, you know, from making sure that we was going to be sure to a contender, and I feel like we've actually did our part on shoring up our team to be a contender now, especially in our division. When you say D. Cummings and Tampa is serious, they don't scare me at all. But they ain't no walk in the park. Chemistry is a mug. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they they ain't they ain't no slouch. Like I said, they gotta figure it out down there. They gotta figure it out. Like I said, and that's what I was saying. I mean, Baker Mayfield ain't no slouch, man. He just saw opportunity in with the Browns that wasn't serving him. So, I mean, he wasn't one of them guys that really got hurt like that. It was just that his opportunities. Some people get butt hurt. That's how he was. He got butt hurt with the Browns and then he left. But he went to a team that needed his caliber of, QB. They've been hanging on us since prime. Yeah, the majority of the stats can't hear truth to be told. Yeah, I mean, what's up, Gentle? Yeah, I mean, we're never going to get the media coverage. I'm never going to be one of those people that are like, oh man, they're not giving us the respect in the media. I want them to underestimate us. I want them to not, overshadow, us with just 28-3. You know what I'm saying? Overshadow, like, because they're not we're not one of those teams that people are praising up. We're not one of those teams that has consistency behind winning. We're not one of those teams that have consistency behind sustaining a team where coaches stay, everybody stay. It's like some people be one and done here, you know. All right, I got two guys in the back I'm gonna bring up so we can get this party started. Well, one guy right now. Gonna bring him up. What's happening?
Yeah, man. What the deal is, dog? What's going on, man?
What's happening? What's happening?
Man, I had to come through and pull up on you for a minute, man. I got to get ready to go to bed, bro. I got to be working for. So,
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the take since you don't step down. Let you go ahead and take it. Is can we get it right this year? Do you feel like this team that we're building right now is it gonna be one of them teams that we actually make a playoff run? Do you feel like we're gonna be a playoff team, or you feel like we're gonna have more than eight wins, or what do you feel like?
I got to win a 10 or 11 games this year. Believe it or not.
Why you say that?
Defense going to be better, for one. Two, Michael Penix already showed what he can do with that offense, man. So your quarterback play been the Achilles heel of your team the whole year. Kirk started out good, but when he started to fall off, you can tell the team fell out right along with it. So
Right.
And when Mike came in, killed it. He showed you what he could do. He got the weapons. This team is easily capable of winning 10, 11 games this year.
Mm.
And I'm calling it right now. Book it. I said 11 games.
11 games.
I said 11 games.
Okay.
We're
Yeah.
gonna we gonna stun some people like a stone cold stun around here this year, boy. Y'all get ready for it, man.
Yeah, that's I felt like they really sleeping on us. And I have no problem with them sleeping on us because I feel like we need to go up under the radar, and then I need the fans to get behind this team no matter
Yeah, that's all you
how
need.
no matter how we win. I don't care if it's a field goal, a win's a win. I don't need nobody being like, man, you see how we won? They couldn't even get down the field. We won.
Take the win, move on, build on what your flaw was, and go.
Right.
Just like that. And on that note, man, let me go ahead and get up out of here, man. Like I said,
I
I
appreciate
gotta
you,
be
man.
ready 4 o'clock in the morning, dog. That shit is not for the week, bro.
All right, man. Appreciate you for stopping by, man.
Yeah, man.
Right,
Everybody love, peace, and chicken great.
for sure. So, yeah. So, at the end of the day, hey, man, I feel like this team is calibrated to win. This team is calibrated to win. For those that don't believe it, seeing is believing. Kirk Cousins trend came and went like the dab outdated. He said that dab was outdated. No more Cam Newton dabbing that thing. He said, a win or the win, I can contest to that. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you, Patriot 12. But see, this is my thing. Johnson said we're gonna be 13-4. I would give us a 12. I give us a 12. But see, this is my thing too about Patriot 12. Go figure, right? Pun intended. I give us a 12 because um our team. I don't know. It's like 5 games. I feel like it's gonna be a testament, and I'm gonna talk about that. Not this podcast, but the next time I'm gonna talk about our scheduling and how can we win those games and stuff like that. I'm gonna talk about that next this podcast. But he said a win is a win. I'm gonna see. I'm winning right now by having somebody from my opposite team come into my podcast that has. I'm never gonna sit up here and talk about the Patriots. I'm never going to sit out here and talk about them in any form or fashion, nor will I go to anybody doing a Patriots or any other team's podcast and show beloved love. Let me show you some love, beloved. No, negative. I would never do that. But so I'm winning right now by having somebody bless me with their presence and feeling like their comments is validated. But I appreciate you for coming in here, saying it's, repping your squad. But I'm going to be real with you. We don't care about the Patriots, man. Not over here. I'm not even offended by it. I just look at it like, oh, okay. Appreciate you, my guy. Add them comments to my algorithm, my G. That's what we had. So we winning over here. You're right. A win's a win. 6 losses we took last year was by 7. Less we gonna get than wins this year. Yeah, see, that's what people understand. We was defensive structuring and a couple of coaching miscues, but I'm pretty sure we shored up on that because I feel like the opportunities were there for them to win. It's just like I really want us to go out there and win football games, not win by circumstance. That's winning by circumstance. When it's like, hey, we lost by 7 points. That's losing by circumstance. Like it's like I want us to go out there and dominate on every facet of the game. That's why I'm talking about this today. Is this team built to win the division? Because the first thing you got to do is win the division. Before you can talk about the playoffs, we got to beat the teams that's in our division first. Do I feel like our team can run the board on every last one of them teams? Absolutely. We damn near did it last year. It was just Kirko chains. I bet you people. I want to see people still wearing their little chains. I want to see who still got their chain. Who don't throw away their chain? Who got one of them chains, man? Everybody one of them chains. Say Atlanta Falcons Nation LSC. Yeet. What's happening? Ringing. Yeah, we winning. Yeah, so like I mentioned before, this team we got right here, we're built to win. We're built to win. This is what a complete team look like. You look at Buffalo. Buffalo was trash for a long time. Then they put the pieces together. Then they became a sustainable winning team. You look at the Patriots. I mean, when they had people, they was not boo boo, but they're trash now. So that's not how you want it. That's not building a team. You look at, the Steelers, that's building a team. You look at Kansas City, they're taking no names. You know what I'm saying? You look at the Eagles, they're just taking everybody they can get to build a team. They following the Rams recipe. And then when the Rams can pay all those people and they had a sustainable product, they had to let people go because they couldn't afford them. So we're building a team that we can also pay these players to keep them. And if they like working together, because we gotta start winning. Winning is the pedigree. I mean, a winning recipe with its sustainability is the pedigree. So you want to sit up here and win multiple times. You want to be winning for years to have people draw people in. And I think we just haven't done that. And I think like the fans got to a point where we was losing so much that we didn't care about winning. We just wanted to party. Like it was just a party. So I got another brother coming up.
What's good,
What's,
my brother?
what's happening, man? What's happening? What's
Yeah,
happening?
nothing much. Just got done with the Ladybirds pulling the AFN doubleheader tonight. So thank you all for having me on.
All right, all right. So what I'm talking about right now is, do you feel like this team that we're building right now is a team that Derek Terry Fontenot and Raheem Morris and all the scouts? Do you feel like they're getting it right this year by building a sustainable team, or you feel like
Yeah.
we still got something we need to do? besides
I
execute on
feel
the field.
like, yeah, well, execution being the key word there, but I feel like in terms of depth, we've not been this deep this early for quite some time. I don't
Mm-hmm.
even think, especially defensively, we didn't have this kind of level of stock in 2016.
Okay.
So I want to be like we were talking about it in the international chat, and I said I think hopeful but realistic would be my tagline for the season. I think, like I give this team a 12-win ceiling. I think we can definitely achieve 11, 12 wins. Win
I
the
said,
South.
I said 12.
Yeah, I'm thinking 12 is doable. It's a tricky schedule, but it's not the most difficult schedule it could be.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think 11, 12 wins. We win the South first because I feel like a big thing that's lacking is everybody's thinking Lombardi, whereas we need to. I hate saying this because it's year 60. I'd love a ring, but we need to establish dominance in the South first
Yeah.
and let people know who we are again. I feel like before we start thinking about playoff level football again, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just mentioned that. I was like, hey, we got to win the division first before we do anything because that's the
Hmm.
first thing. You got to beat the people in your division, and that shores up your spot as a home game during the playoffs, and that puts you in the playoffs. Depending
Hmm.
upon your also, a lot of people don't. You don't want to be losing or being in a wild card spot or depending upon circumstances. Like I tell people, like we have a team where we have to go in from these games, winning these games instead of trying to win by circumstance. I want
Yeah.
us to be good on every facet of the team, and just win the game and not worrying about we're going to win by a field goal or we need to do
Yeah.
this. Because then at the end of the season, then you need somebody to lose, somebody to do this, and you would rather have a complete team. And like you mentioned, our depth. That's something that we lack. Like when somebody
Yeah.
went down, like on wood, somebody went down, but we were struggling. It was like, man, who's the next man up? And then it was like,
Yeah.
so we have a good array or archetype people that are similar. And so when one person's out or one person is missing or somebody is like that, we have somebody that can take that person's place. We don't like
Yeah.
missing people.
We're quite a good team in terms of flex, but as you say, I want to 100% say that's a great shout. The way we have built this team so that hopefully we don't have to rely on Koo or Lenny Krieg to make those field goals. I don't want to be coming to a point where it's 28-28 and we're kicking for the win.
Yeah,
Like
right,
it's nice, but we don't want to be the cardiac birds of old. We don't want every week to be a heart attack.
right,
It,
right, right,
it's no way to run a season if every week you're going, are we going to win by 3 or are we going to lose by 3?
right,
It's no way to run a team.
right. So I
Hey,
got
Auntie
somebody.
Pam.
I got another one of my guys coming in here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull him up.
Hey, Blackberry.
What's
Yo,
happening?
what's up with your lot? What's up with your wheel?
What's happening? So I'm
We
gonna go
hold
ahead.
it down as always, brother. You know it.
I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you the same take too. Can we get it right this year? Do you feel like we're getting it right with the pieces that we added? Do you feel like can we get it right this year? Because last year we thought we had something last year. Then the year
Okay,
before that, like can we get it right this year? Do you like bless us
asking
with
me
your
tough
words?
questions.
Yeah,
Asking me tough
that's
questions.
yeah. And first, give me how many wins you think we're gonna have this year.
Okay, so ease into it. Okay.
Yeah, ease into it
Um,
first.
Don't rip the band aid off. Take your time.
Right.
I think it'll be an 11 game win season,
Mm, mm.
and I think we'll do. I think we gonna finish strong. We're like finish like closing out with like the last 4 wins of the season gonna be dubs. Last 4 games gonna get us to 11. And I think that the culmination of the defense coming along throughout the season is going to finally start to complement the offense as the season goes on. That's what I think. That's how I think it's going to progress throughout the season.
Okay.
And playoff time, depending on positioning, because if we got 11 wins, we may have a home playoff game. It's very possible we win in division. So we may have a home playoff game. If it's a home playoff game, I think we win convincingly, and then if we have to go on the road, it might be a little bit tougher, but we still end up closing it out strong. And this is going to be predicated on the defense, culminating together and complementing the offense like we expected to do, even in playoff time, because we're going to have savvy veteran guys like Jesse Bates, AJ Terrell, David Onyemata, Leonard Floyd, guys that's been in situations where it's time to close, let's close. And they're going to be able to give they're going to be able to give that tutelage to the young guys on this is how we close this out. And that's what I mean by complementing the offense, because if the offense is capable of giving us 24 points a game, the defense should be complementing that with giving up less than 23 a game to where we can close games out. So I see that being the case in the playoffs, and I do see us being able to. So when you ask the question, can we get it right? I think that's getting it right. Okay. That's getting it right there. The defense complementing the offense.
Okay, Miss Maggie Fontenot, what you think?
Well, first of all, I came in here, but I think you had called it before I did. I was like, we need to change this layout of the show because everybody on extra, 360 where we up this close and personal. I like the layout like this. It's just me personally, but of course it's your show, so I don't, For me, it was bothering me. Like, why are y'all so up close and personal? You see your nostrils and all.
Can't see everything Will got in his nose. He got all kind of stuff up in that nose.
So, as far as can we get it right?
If you know what's in this nose, don't ask, don't tell, brother.
Can we get it right this year? I hope. I mean, I feel that we've had that potential. We be doing so good the first half of the season, then it's like, then Kirk Cousins decide he wants to walk away and act like he ain't heard or whatever. Before that, it was just people, just stupid coaches being stupid people. I'm just saying, I have hopes that we will get it right because, we definitely addressed the defense. Offense is still intact. Bijan, hopefully Kyle Pitts and quite a few others get in here and just be wanting to be unstoppable. Drake London, he comes out there and showing his thing. The defense just really, pick it up and somebody decide they want to be the leader of that pack because, of course, we don't have Grady Jarrett anymore. And what the defense has been unison saying is somebody got to step up and be that big man now. So who is it going to be? Who's going to be the superstar that's going to make the difference on this defensive team, as well as it comes down to it, period. I don't care what weapons you got on the field. If you ain't coaching them right, we never going to be right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's what it comes down to. So let me see what Mr. Raheem the Dream got cooked up, and we went into the draft and everybody's just actually happy with who we picked out. So please, let's get this right.
Yeah, right. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next take because you just like basically segued to it. So it's like the first one is like the offensive standouts. Like, what do you see on our offense that it's gonna stand out? That's gonna make it seem like we got this right. Like, what do we need to do on the offense that we didn't do last year?
I feel like the running game is going to announce that MPJ has arrived before MPJ announces it himself. I feel like, contrary to what some of the media have been saying, I feel like we have the strongest 1-2 punch at running back in the league. And I feel like a lot of people are going to go, yeah, okay, it's a second-year quarterback. He got punched in the mouth a little bit last season, so he knows now the pace of the game. But you guys are going to run first. And I'm happy with that because both Bijan and Tyler seem to want that smoke. So I feel like when he lets his arm go, teams aren't going to be expecting it. So yeah, I'm quite excited to see what this offense can do this season. And as I say, you can't spell Mooney without money. I think Darnell's going to show out this year.
Okay.
So that's just my take.
What you got, Blackberry? Or Maggie, you want to take that? Whoever want to take it?
I'm hoping that standout be Kyle Pitts. This is 5th-year option, prove it or move it type of situation. You've been out there bumping hands with the quarterback, and I need you to be standing out, sir. I need you to
bump hands,
on routes.
bump hands.
Bump
hands.
Just come on, man. I need Kyle Pitts to just outstand and prove himself and say, hey, I want to be on this team. Algier, like you said, Bijan, just do his thing. I mean, like our offense, I don't have no worries at all with that. I feel like we did pretty well with keeping them intact. So I just want to see some good football to passes from our quarterback, and he gets comfortable and get into his mode. Man, I can't wait to see who's gonna be on that target soon. So it's anybody's ball game at this point. Who wants the ball more?
Because I shared that on X. How pretty is MPJ's spiral? That's a real nice looking ball.
Okay.
Real nice looking.
So it's just a matter of the that the quarterback will have with these receivers at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, right. What you got, Blackberry?
I think the standouts are gonna have to be the ones that haven't already stood out. So if we know about Drake London, we know about Kyle Pitts, we know about Tyler Algier and Bijan and Ray and Mooney. We know about them. We know the offensive line stands out individually. They all do their damn thing. So that only leave one person, Michael Penix Jr., because he put you on notice in the latter of 2024. He put you on notice that I'm capable of coming out here and forgive my French. I'm not gonna cuss. I ain't gonna do it. But he put you on notice that he can come out here and he can get the job done. And in order for him to truly stand out, he's gonna have to play above himself. And a lot of I'm not gonna be one of those content creators that try to tell you don't expect the world of Michael Penix Jr. He just hope that he get through whatever lingering rookie mistakes that he would make. Yeah, we expect him to do all those things. But when you set a bar, does anybody, if you're a wrestling fan, the Sheamus and Cesaro made up a tag team called The Bar.
Mm-hmm.
And their mantra was, we don't set the bar. We are the bar.
Yep.
So when you do what Michael Penix Jr. did in the latter of the season last year, what you're telling us is that the bar ain't being set. You are the bar. We saw you make clutch throws. We saw you go out there and get over your own mistakes and make up for them with big plays. We saw you doing this stuff. We saw you making the throws. Yeah, we saw you overthrow some routes. We saw you underthrow some routes, but we saw you come back in on those same routes later on. You was able to make those throws. So when you're being the bar, you're letting us know that you're capable of coming out here and playing above yourself when you need to. And that's what we really need. Those are the differences in championship winning caliber teams. It ain't that you're just good and you're capable of making the throws. You're capable of improvising when you need to. And you're highly intelligent. Well, what about when we need you to do some shit that people might be like, damn, how the hell did he do that? Like Patrick Mahomes throwing sidearm back behind his back passes and shit, like he playing basketball. Like it's not saying that it has to be to that extreme, but there's going to be moments when the stats don't matter, when where you played at in college don't matter, where you was picked at in the draft don't matter. There's going to be moments in games where none of that matters. It's just time to play above yourself.
Right.
Michael Penix Jr. is going to have to do that for us to truly get over the hump. Everybody else can do their job, do their assignment, do what they're supposed to do, but it's going to take for the captain of the team to be able to play above himself in moments. That's going to get us over the hump.
Mm.
Okay.
Well, you can talk about CFP not being college football not being as much an issue, but yeah, they're not a CFP candidate, but you can't sit here and tell me that playing at a pro-style offense like the Washington Huskies run is going to be detrimental when you come into the pros. He knows roughly what he's going to see. Yeah, the guys are going to be a little bit bigger, a little bit faster. That's natural. But in terms of play style, it's not dissimilar to what he's seen for 4 years at Washington. So I feel like a good friend of mine is an Oregon Ducks fan. So obviously, he knew Penix well, having watched him at Washington. And we agreed that he was the year that he came out, he was the most pro-ready QB in the class. Now he's had that year to sit and learn behind Kirk. I feel like now it's time to sort of take the reins off and really, really see what this offense can do. We've kept it intact. We've got the pieces in place. You've had a full off season now where it's been your guys. So I really want to. I'm looking forward to training camp and I'm looking forward to preseason, especially the joint practice with Tennessee, because I want to see what this defense can do, and I reckon we're going to put Cam Ward on notice.
Okay. Yeah. So my offensive standout really is I want to say Zach Robinson, and I'm gonna say that because I feel like he has so many weapons. He has an opportunity now that he hasn't had before. To you have players that you can. They always say he can open up his playbook. I always feel like your personnel is your greatest asset, knowing your strengths and weaknesses of your personnel, and I feel like he has that now. Like he can see. He got like a sample size of what Penix can do. He already know. He's seen what Drake London is. He's seen what Bijan is. We have yet to see what Kyle Pitts is, but I really would expect Kyle Pitts to really do something too. Like it's that time. That's like I honestly believe
that guy. Ty, just to kind of play devil's advocate with you just a little bit. We have seen what Kyle can do. I feel like his problem is consistency quarterback wise, because the last time he had a consistent QB in Matt Ryan his rookie year, we had 1,000-yard receiving season from him. So I feel like if the consistency's there and he's got that relationship there with his quarterback, I feel like Kyle's going to emerge this season again. I don't maybe not a 1,500-yard year, but I could see him going for maybe, I don't know, 700, 800, 900 yards, maybe 5, 6 touchdowns.
I give him 8.
Yeah,
I give him an uptick. I give him an uptick from the 600 he normally push out to 8, just because we're gonna have mismatches, and it's gonna have with a good running team. Like I said, we're a passing team that can throw. I believe that.
Yeah.
And Zach Robinson, his offensive style is throwing the football. It's just that we just got a passing team that can run.
Yeah.
So a passing team that can run. So we're going to be a passing team that can run. So now I'm going to
be balanced.
Yeah, basically, we're going to be a balanced team.
But one big drawback for Kyle is that he came from a real pretty stretch the ball, bomb it downfield offense at Florida. He, for the fact that he's a big body, he goes about 6'6", 245, but he doesn't play to that size. He seems to have a problem with really commanding the ball in the air and being physical.
Using his body.
Yeah, he's more of that quintessential sort of basketball tight end. Like I compare him maybe to, if you remember Jimmy Graham on the Saints.
Oh yeah. He's the
That,
burner.
that, that sort of archetype. He's a fantastic athlete and he's a huge body target, but he really needs to be aware of how big that body is, because there is ways that he can use that to his advantage that he's not doing, in my opinion.
That's the tight end coach right there.
Yeah.
Tight end coach. Whoever the tight end coach needs to, take him and Tony Gonzalez and then be like, hey, Gronkowski or somebody and be like, hey, let's bring you over here. Let's see how they do it.
I don't
So
know if it's maybe even putting on 10, 15 pounds. Like, you've got the frame to carry 260, 265. Like, he's a big made guy. So I don't know if that's maybe the answer, but it's all well and good for me to speculate. But there's ways that he can improve his game here if he really wants.
He got some puny legs though.
Yeah,
his legs got a puny.
He's like I had an exchange with this guy before. Like I want to talk about this exchange real quick. I need this guy to sign my jersey next time I'm trying to hand it to him. I'm not saying I'm only signing kids' jerseys. I'm only signing kids' stuff. I'm like, bro, I came out here too, bro. I need to.
Yeah, sign my jersey. Please don't slam me through the conference table. Just sign, please.
No, it was at training camp, and he was right there. But I was like, here you go, bro, sign this. He was like, I'm only signing kids' jerseys, and he just kids stuff. And he just turned, and I was like, bro, come on, bro.
Like, man, the jersey right there. Just put your damn signature.
I'm telling you, Bijan didn't have no problem signing my jersey. Thank you, Bijan. Appreciate you, my guy. So, defense. Oh, I want to say something about the offense real quick. I didn't talk about this, but I'm gonna talk about it real quick before we move to defense. And we talked about this is about my last show. I couldn't make it. I apologize about that, y'all. Work does call sometimes, but our red zone opportunities, I feel like we're going to be a juggernaut in the red zone just based off of what we have and what we have acquired, especially if we get this guy like Nick Nash on the field. Somebody alluded to talk about Nick Nash. Yeah. One thing I like about Nick Nash is he makes the defenses spread the field. Like, they got to spread out. He goes behind the zone coverages. Something that I wish Kyle Pitts would be doing.
Mm-hmm.
But if we can have a Nick Nash on the field with a Kyle Pitts and a Drake London and a Mooney and a Bijan Robinson in any form or fashion in the red zone, I feel like our red zone opportunities will be clutch. It was like a lot of times I remember speaking on Kyle Pitts, I actually have the video of him catching his first touchdown in the end zone, and he did that funny looking dirty bird that he was dance he was trying to do. I actually have that video of him doing that because I was like right there, and it just got it perfect. But I feel like our offense, our red zone opportunities will increase just based off of the personnel we have. Do y'all see? So the question is, do y'all see any of our undrafted players taking the field this year? I'm not talking about I'm talking about regular season or playoffs. I'm not talking about the preseason.
Not preseason. Yeah. I think Kobe Bryant, I think he gonna get some looks.
Yep.
I don't know where it's gonna be at in the secondary group, but I think he's gonna get some looks. I see us being very aggressive on defense on third downs when it's like a third and medium play. Third and long, absolutely, but on like third and medium, I see us crowding the line of scrimmage and doing a lot of all outs this season. I just see that for some reason. And somebody that you would love to have coming off like a dime look when you're doing that is Kobe Bryant. Just like Xavier Watson and Billy Bowman Jr., those guys are very good at playing up in the box and being good in run defense and being good in the pass rush game too, coming from the outside. So
yeah,
I think Kobe Bryant gonna get some looks. Probably not a lot, depending on Mike Hughes' health. If he stays healthy, which he's not accustomed to doing, he might see even more time because we all know Mike Hughes is accustomed to missing some games. So
I feel, I feel like our team, our defense is going to be able to flip the field to a point where we're having a lot of short field opportunities to score
Yeah.
because the players that they got, these guys, these young guys, they're used to jumping the routes.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody like AJ Terrell, he's just used to covering and laying a big hit. But the guys that we do have, the safeties that we pick up, the Billy Bowmans, the Xavier Watts, these are the guys that, and Kobe, these are guys that like to, they'll read, read the offense and they like to jump the route and take that thing to the house. So it'll be like how Jesse Bates was doing. You know what I'm saying? So I think we got a lot of those type of style guys that are reading, anticipating the throws, and jumping toward and ball hawking pretty much. But what's your defense?
You add Kendall Fuller into the mix as well, and the ability to have that sort of nickel dime flex, if you will. I mean, we've got 3 or 4 guys that can fit and flex between 2 different positions. So you can see the safeties start to rotate almost on that hinge sort of idea, where you have one single high safety who's essentially your nickelback, and then your 2 main safeties would rotate. There's also going to be a lot of different packages, and I think we're going to see this in the preseason. There's going to be a lot of different personnel. There's going to be, they've already said they're going to be mixing it up with Brandon Dorless going inside, outside. So there's going to be a lot of different fronts, a lot of different packages to mix up. But I cannot overstate how important it is to bring in these ball hawks. If we are hitting as corners, we need our safeties to be reading these soft zones, these the flats, the overs, the field crossers. If we've got safeties of that nature, you're going to see those INT numbers skyrocket this season. I guarantee it.
That's why I feel like we're gonna be dealing with like Michael Penix is gonna have a lot of short field opportunities. We just make sure that we capitalize in the red zone of those opportunities and turn those opportunities into touchdowns and not just field goals. So who do you feel defensively is gonna be like if you can pick somebody on the defense or like I want you to talk about the O line. I mean not the O line, but the defensive line, Black Bear. Who on the defensive?
Oh man,
Because you said we need. You said because I mentioned this earlier before you got here about you. You feel like we need somebody that can push the pocket, and so my question to you is, who on our defense? If we don't have that one person that you feel like can push the pocket, what do we have on this defensive line that you feel confident enough that's going to get home or they're going to get the sack, so they're going to get the disruption? Who do you feel, or which players?
I think David Onyemata has enough experience that he sees a lot of young talent around him. He'll get this will be probably his closing out year. And what I mean by that is if he's still somewhat in his prime, this will be the year he peaks fully. So we'll see David Onyemata making plays, and we kind of like it to be inspiring plays in clutch moments. It was like, yeah, this is David Onyemata. Yeah, this is David Onyemata. We always wanted, yeah. And so I think we can trust that with him because he's a true professional in that sense. So with him, I think that's all we can count on the defensive line. Everybody else is a question mark.
With the caveat of Leonard Floyd, if you want to talk about bringing in a veteran presence who's going to inspire some of these young guys, I feel like Leonard Floyd should be in that mix. But outside of that, we don't have a lot of veteran presence on that D-line anymore. It's a lot of young guys. There's a lot of guys that are on prove it deals at this point. Or they're coming off an injury and things of that nature as well. So there's kind of a lot of considerations, but I think they need to lean a lot on that veteran leadership, offensively and defensively. I think like the players that have been there and been part of this culture for the last couple of seasons are going to need to make a big step up. I think Floyd felt like he had that sort of like leadership quality when he was in San Francisco. So hopefully that transitions well. But we'll see. Seems quite early to tell, but hopefully he can do the job for us.
Okay. So now we're going to special teams. Now my special teams guy, I'm gonna jump on this first. Is not too many people is talking about what's his name, Agnew?
Agnew, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not too many people talking about him. I don't think people really know who that guy is.
I'll admit I've slept on him. I need to do a bit more reading myself. So lay on me.
Okay. So I wanted to bring him up because not too many people know about my guy. And, former, he was a wide receiver, of course, but this guy runs the ball back. He's a return specialist. I think he played. I think he played on Detroit.
Oh, Jamal Agnew.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. If it's
yeah.
the guy from Detroit, then yeah, he's quite a dynamic returner.
The guy,
He's got
the current player right now that has the most return. Like,
okay, yeah.
so the funny thing is, and I have a Devin Hester Falcons jersey. When we got Devin Hester, you know what people were saying? Oh, so it's gonna be easy for y'all to score because he's gonna be running the ball all the way down, so y'all can just score easily.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Or
my mindset.
CP84.
That's my mindset again for Agnew. Like we have, like he was somebody that was slept on. Like they don't understand like all the underhand deals and players that we brought into this team that people are really not paying attention to what we have. Like they basically have built once they get their 53-man roster, which is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
They've built a solid team. One of the things we always talked about was them building a team the right way. And for my eye test, this is it.
Yeah. It's like going and doing a little glance down the roster as a whole. It really does read nicely, as you say. The return potential of having someone there like a Devin Hester, like a Cordaro Patterson, it
Yeah,
speaks differently because now the team that your opposition is thinking, okay, so we can't even sleep on this team in specials. There's no breaks, and
right.
if the defense and the offense can turn up and kind of sync up appropriately, then I'm hoping that we can be an all-phase team, which is something that's been sorely lacking in Atlanta the last 20 years. From my knowledge, I mean, I became a Falcons fan. We were speaking on the Ladybirds about how we first got into the Birds. And I mean, going back to even my first season, back being 16 years old, back in 2007, I didn't really know as much as I know then, but I know enough to kind of say, like, even with Michael Vick
I would say
at
of
his
experience
prime,
and the
it's still,
experience.
yeah, man, it's different. It's different.
Yeah. What you got on the Blackberry? You got anybody on special teams that you feel like besides the kicker? Who's gonna be our kicker, man?
I
I'm
think
calling it
Cool.
now. Because cool pull it off, I think.
I think Cool is. I think they're gonna give him a shot to redeem himself. I don't know if I would, but
That's
I
fair.
think they're going to. Um, I'm gonna say the long snapper. I'm gonna show the long snapper some love. He gonna be on point all them long snaps. He ain't gonna skip a beat, and he's a Pro Bowler.
Mm-hmm.
The long snapper. Everybody else got. Little Marquise. He do a good job with the special team group. He does,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been consistent over the years with him. Over the special teams unit. I don't think no one outside of Troy and nobody else has really like stood out that much except for Cordero Hodge. So it's really been like Cordero Hodge and Troy Anderson like taking turns on being playmakers on special teams. Nobody's really did like a bang up job on returns.
Mm.
I know Ray McLeod did have some pretty good gash returns.
Decent runs. Yeah.
He had some decent runs, but he also fumbled one. So
Yeah, he
I
did
think,
that.
so we got to take a step back on him with that one. And so I think everybody else is more in a prove it situation on special teams. But I do think Agnew is a good addition to it. And I do think that Marquise has been on point with making sure special teams unit is a good, is persistent in their play. So, I'm just gonna say the long snapper. May he have another Pro Bowl season.
Right.
Here's to it. And as you say, a Pro Bowl long snapper, we don't even realise until you really sit and break it down. Between the guys we've got, the guys we acquired through the draft, the free agency, the UDFA process, credentials all down the board. We've got a Triple Crown winner. We've got career leaders in interceptions. We've got, we could rhyme this off all night and we would still be here for next Tuesday's edition. It's insane. It's a good position to be in. As I say, I don't want to get too optimistic and start talking about 17 win seasons and all the rest of it, but we're looking good.
Man, but you would swear we was just like the Detroit Lions when we went 0-16. Like you would have swear we was like that. That's where this team is like.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, we're not that.
No.
We're not that. Okay, so we got some questions. Do we have any questions? We're in the Q&A section of the show. So I'll try to give y'all an hour, but man, it's like when we get to talking, man, time go by quick.
Yeah, I was actually saying that to Maggie backstage. You don't even realize this is why I like doing the double headers, because you can easily just kill 2 or 3 hours and not even realize you've done it because you just get caught up talking.
Right. So y'all have any questions for the panel? Or do the panel have any questions? If not, man, we're gonna cut this thing short. Yeah.
Well, as I say to you, gentlemen, if we're cutting it short, I'm going to get in there now. So in the next sort of week or two, myself, the Scottish Falcon, aka Des Stevenson, and Ballers Meg, aka Megan Orm, are going to be starting out as the Skeleton Crew, all Scots team, but the first shows for AFN International. As you guys know for the Facebook as well, y'all are more than welcome to join us. Guys down in the chat, just keep showing love to the AFN family. We're all working hard, grinding behind the curtain to give you as much high quality content as we can. So yeah, cash in on the fact that there's the Germany game this season by just going international and see if we can't take this around the world and around the clock for you. So yeah, just smash that like button. As I say again, thank you, Ty, for having me on the Lochness Podcast. Your boy, home team with Blackberry. That's no C, just the K. Your boy remembers. Remember to show some love, boys and girls. We're happy to be here.
Right. We got somebody guess. GA Texas boy put a question in the chat, man. He was like, what y'all think about MPJ can come in like MR year one? I really think like what people don't know about MPJ. For some reason, they didn't know that this man was projected to be overall number 1. It's like, and then all of a sudden he just dropped because for I don't know what reason why he dropped, but he was projected to be like the overall number 1 drafted person in college football, and we got him. Thanks to the Rams. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Zach Robinson, for having lineage to the Rams and having that good relationship with the Rams, who are still on the rebuild, so they ain't really got nothing going on for them. And
we'll make you pay for that next time we see you, though. Believe that.
Yeah.
Week 17.
So, but yeah, yeah, man, they sleeping on him, man. JPJ. I don't know why, but I like a lot of times people go out big names. That's all they see. They don't go off production. They don't go off of upside. They don't go off of ceiling. They go off of their eyes see. And sometimes these commentators, they do write the narrative for people too. So if they wasn't praising him up and they was praising Abdul Carter up more than him, that's just how it looks. And then somebody that's really not a student of the game, they're going to just take what some commentator said rather than doing their own homework and doing their own assessment where they can go ahead and make up their own decision on somebody. So, and then you also got to go off the schemes and the fit. And this guy, he fits our scheme. And like I said, why not have two of the top 10 players in the draft? Why not have them?
Yeah, like, why not? If you can get it, get it. But yeah, if you want to hear this down in the chat, here's an interesting one for you. I would love to sit with you boys and actually watch some film, teach some of the younger guys how we break things down, because not everyone's looking for the same thing, A, and B, we can all watch a highlights tape, but that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about a player. Right. So maybe that's something we could look into soon as well, because I feel like film breakdowns on players would be a good way to go, because it lets people know exactly why we're able to comment the way we do, because we've been doing this for a long time and we know what we're looking for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just kind of sharing our process with y'all, and yeah, as I say, for the young up and comers in the chat that are just starting to get to grips with the sport, it's a good way to do it. Highlight films are fun. We all have them, but to really break down a film is something different entirely. It requires a whole new skill set and a whole new level of appreciation for how deep the game actually goes.
You know the answer.
My bad. I would thought you. I would. For some reason, I'm thinking JPJ, but it's Michael Penix Jr. Do he feel like Michael Penix Jr.? That's on me. I was like, wait a minute. I just looked back like, wait a minute. JP.
Yeah, your mind was thinking one thing, your eyes were seeing another.
Yeah, but I'm tired. But look,
it's getting well. So good.
Can Michael Penix Jr. come in with 11-5 like how Matt Ryan did? I believe because we have a complete team around him, from the eye test and the coaching staff, there's really no holes in this team that I can think of. Everybody does have a question mark per se, but on paper, this looks like a complete team just because of the upside. So, so I feel like Michael Penix will be as good as how fast he can adapt to the personnel that he has, and how fast the coaches can adapt to the personnel that they have, and how fast everybody can execute with the situation they have on the field. Because the opposition is going to study you too. So we talked about in the beginning of the show, execution. It all depends on how we execute.
Yeah. Matt Ryan on paper didn't have a defense like we do, but it's all on paper because that defense hasn't faced any snaps yet. If it can execute from the off, then we could be a real dangerous team. If we don't execute, then we're going to be the meme of the league again. So that's just a ceiling and a floor scenario for you. We could be a league-wide meme again, or we could be NFC Championship caliber, or anywhere in between.
I think it will be an 11-6 season, similar to Matt Ryan's first season with Michael Penix Jr. But I think it's going to be in a different fashion. I don't think it's going to be in the fashion that it was for Matt Ryan's Atlanta Falcons team. That team had the offense once again was leading the charge, and the defense was kind of like getting by. They got we had to win some shootouts, so it came down to who's that, Matt Bryant, making some clutch field goals. So I think it's going to be in a different fashion though. I think the games we lose are going to be close games. Because I think we'll lose about 6, but I think there'll be close losses, meaning teams just came to play that day. If we maybe one will drop one where it's kind of like a blunder game where it's like, damn, well, that didn't look like what we wanted to look like.
Right.
But 5 of them will be hard fought, and it just came down to somebody had to win. And I think the other 11 games are going to be convincing, most of them. So I think it's going to be in a different fashion where it looks like Michael Penix Jr. Like, yeah, sure, he's making some mistakes and he got a lot of that he can work on. We're going to be able to tell. But like I explained earlier, he's going to have moments where it's like, okay, young fella, throw out the stats, throw out the college, throw out all of that where you was drafted at. Now it's time to play above that. It's time to play above yourself.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to come through. And I think it's just going to look a little different with us being 11-6 with Michael Penix than it did with Matt Ryan. I just think it's going to look a little different.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right. Any more questions before we head out? I ain't really see none. Yeah, I ain't see none. So, what's up, Lee 85? What's happening? 3:30, what's happening? Y'all coming in here late.
Yeah, we ready to go pitch a tent and turn on goddamn slow jams and go to sleep.
Hell yeah, it's 4 a.m. in the morning. Your boy's grinding double duty because that's what it means to be part of the Atlanta Falcons nation.
All right. So, right. So go ahead, Will, and give them your salutations again. So you can go ahead and jump
Yeah,
off.
so as I say, thank you all again for having me tonight. It's been another fun night, just reliving some of the great memories that really hit home about why it means so much to me to have found not just the Falcons but the city of Atlanta, because that's what I was trying to explain, and I'm maybe not the best at eloquating myself sometimes, but to not just be appreciated as a contributor for this team, but to have gotten to know people in Atlanta, to have grown to care about you all, to care about the city. It's bigger than football. And again, thank you all for kind of giving me this platform. So if you are looking to support Will the Thrill Waddle, that's WAD-L. I've got the solo channel. You also catch me very soon on the AFN International stuff, featuring everywhere and anywhere I can get on. Just so if there's anything you want me to raise or you want me to cover, just give me a shout. Otherwise, you'll find me around.
Right. Blackberry.
One thing I found that I find interesting is when I learn when celebrities are Falcons fans, and it kind of like catches me off guard.
Mm-hmm.
So just a couple people that you may have not known were Falcons fans or are Falcons fans. One was former President Jimmy Carter. He was a Falcons fan. He was much like your boy Blackberry. He was a home team representative. Anything Georgia, Atlanta, he represented. And another guy currently is Kenan Thompson from Kenan and Kel. He's a Falcons fan.
I didn't know about Keenan. I knew about Samuel L. Jackson, but I didn't know about Keenan.
Yeah. I always find it interesting when I learn who's a Falcons fan, and it kind of just catches me off guard. Like, oh, really? You like my Falcons, do you?
Oh, really?
Yeah, man, go check out the home team with Blackberry. There's Blackberry no C, just a K, on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe. Go on Instagram and do the same with Blackberry Lorex on Instagram. It's a couple underscores in there, but y'all go in there and make it do what it do. And when you subscribe on Instagram, you're instantly entered into the raffle to win some free shit. And like our boy Knight Rider like to say, everybody loves some free shit. So if you want to win some free shit from your boy Blackberry, some exclusive free shit that has not been released yet, go subscribe on Instagram to your boy and instantly be entered into the raffle. Shout out to my boy the Lochness. Appreciate you once again, my guy. Man, we're gonna have to link up one of these doggone days. Go shoot some pool, me, you, and Big Will,
Yeah,
and
that's fine.
we're gonna have to go do that thing. Man. I'm getting a beer and pool night itch.
All right, definitely,
And
definitely.
you too, Maggie. You gonna be our wing girl, but all of us married now, except Ty. He ain't married. So you and Ty, y'all can be each other wings.
I bet. Yeah, I ain't married yet. I mean, let's. I don't want to talk about it, but
That's complicated.
I'm,
What
uh,
did I do?
I'm
I
trying to
fucked
get.
up.
I'm just trying to get my mental together, man.
I feel you.
Uh,
I feel you.
hopefully, I can
My
return.
boy don't want peace. He wants problems always.
I'm sorry. Say it, man. I'm trying to get my mental back. But you can follow me on the Lochness Podcast. Like I said, the tick at the bottom. Follow me at the Lochness Podcast on YouTube. That's the Lochness Podcast on YouTube. For anybody that's looking back at the replay or has not subscribed, man, please follow me. Like I said, I got something I'm trying to do for somebody when I get to 250 subs, and then when I get to 500, I go ahead and do something special. Like I said, 500, I do like I get a jersey. I get you a Atlanta Falcons jersey. Um,
Shit, that's major. That's
yeah,
big.
yeah,
Yeah.
I get you one because I ain't got no problem throwing no jerseys out. But I appreciate everybody for stopping by, man. Whoever gonna listen to the replay, share this live, comment, follow AFN, follow all the players, everybody that normally linked in with us, man. And I appreciate everybody. Peace out. All right.